Hi everyone, this is part 2 of the endless grid composition tutorial. In the first part, we built the base visual system. In this part, we are going to design a simple control panel for this effect. We're going to turn that network into a reusable component so we can control the main visual parameters more easily with audio, MIDI, or menu controls. The reason we turn it into a component is because once the network becomes more complex, you don't want to keep going inside the node every time to change something. You want to put the important controls exposed outside. In this tutorial, I will show you exactly how I build the controls panel for this visual. We will cover how I decide which parameters are worth exposing, how to choose different ranges and parameter types, how to create menu parameters, and how to link and sync different parameters together, and how to use a small piece of Python to make the component easier to use. In part 3, I will show you how to add audio reactivity to it, so if you're interested, don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'll show you 4 different ways to control these visuals with the example of piano phase. And for this second composition, you can find it in my Patreon as a pro member. Show you here. And based on the visual character and how it's being built up, the things we want to control are resolution, grid, pattern seed, and optional preset seed where I stored and saved the good composition I like inside, so it doesn't always be that random. Sometimes you want to control the randomness, if that makes any sense. And pixelation, toggle on and off, and the pixel density for it.
If you want the exact project files, remix ready templates, and commercial use assets, they're all on my Patreon. Download and project notes included, so you can remix faster and adapt it to your own creative direction.
First, add a GLSL and go to the pixel here, remove all the code inside and copy and paste the code I prepared for you. If you see the error for the first time, don't worry. Go to the GLSL, click load, it will run the code for us. And then add a null so that we can see the visual. Then go to the common page of the GLSL, change the resolution. And then go to vectors here to change the count and the seed, and you're able to see the change immediately. And then add to a limit to add the pixelation effect. In the quantize here, choose floor and position step to be very small. Here I'm using 0.02. And then add a null, add a transform and composite. I use it to create the presets I showed you earlier. Operation, choose luminance difference. And then once you change the rotation here, you're able to see the different variation. We need to create a table to store the variation number. Add a table DAT. And this is number I use for the rotation. You can experiment at your own version and then connect it to a select DAT. Select rows by index, and by changing the start and end row index, we are able to select the numbers and use it in the transform. And go to the rotate, use the expression here. And then later we're going to expose the index as a parameters in our component. And then add a level, which is optional. If you can change the contrast, brightness, etc. And then add a switch. I use it to switch between the switch on and off the pixelation effect. And then as you can see, if I turn the index from between 0 and 1, it will turn on and off the And then after, add another switch to switch between preset and random pattern. Here I added another level, which is optional. And as you can see, the index here, 0 and 1, will give you the preset and random pattern. After you have this network, I would recommend you to mark the node that you're going to expose as parameters as red for easy retrieval. You can also write down the parameters range and default value you're going to use. Highly recommended, always a good practice. Finally, add out at the end of the network. This allows us to have the output connector in the component. And select all the node, right-click, collapse selected, and this allows us to create the component. And then after that, rename your component to a descriptive name. Split the view to 2. On the left side, let's display the component, and the right side, display the internal network of the component, so it's easier for us to see. Right-click the component to bring out the component editor. Right-click the parameter to bring out the floating parameters panel, again for easy viewing. And then add a custom page. You will see once you add it, it will show up as a tab here. And then add a resolution, choose type WH. Add the default minimum and maximum range for it. I would recommend to add a maximum resolution so that when you accidentally put a very large number in the resolution, you wouldn't break the project file. And then go to the GLSL command page and reference the value in the resolution there, choose band. Then let's add a grid. Choose integer and change the range from 0 to 10. And then reference it inside the vectors, grid count. Then let's add seed. First add a pattern random pattern seed. Choose float and from 1 to 10. And then add a preset pattern. And this range I would put 1 to 6 because I have 6 presets. So this number can be vary based on how many presets you want to store in yours. And then to make it slightly better, let's add a pattern source. This allows us to select between the preset and random. Choose a menu, random preset and 0 and 1. Let's make it a bit slightly bit smarter. So I want to only enable the preset when I select the preset and enable the random when I select the random. Go to the preset, add this expression. And then go to the GLSL vectors, chop to the seed, reference to the seed parameters. So now as we move the parameters, it will changing. And then let's use the preset to drive the index, table index. Then let's add the pixel variation. Go to the limit top, quantize, drag the position step onto the component editor, and then change the default minimum maximum range here. Here I'm using 0.005 to 0.02. Testing. Also change the name to pixel variation. Now let's add the pixelation on and off toggle and reference it into the limit first switch here, choose band and testing, and then change the order. And then go to the grid. Let's add a grid menu and grid slider. So first change the label to grid using slider. And then now we also want to add a menu option for the grid. Add a grid and choose menu, add par. For the label here, copy and paste the ones from 1 to 10. And then you can see it in the menu here. You can test both of them, but now I want to link those two options. How to do that? It was through a Python code, which you can copy and paste here. Add a par execute parameter, execute that, and code I prepared for you. And now, when you drag the slider or change the menu, you will see both of them are in sync. And one important note is the code only works if the parameters inside the code matching the exact parameter name you set up in the component. Here, as you can see, there's one thing went wrong. When I select the preset, it should reset the random to 0, which it doesn't work. And I'm debugging here and realize the parameters I'm using were a different name than what I had before in my original component. And after I change the base bar pattern to base bar pattern random, this code works. So if you encounter any errors, make sure double check the names if it's using exactly the same name as you put out in the parameters. And then, yeah, now it's worked quite nicely. It's still a slightly bit different than the original component for some reason, but yeah. And then the pattern here, as you can see, we need to finally connect the pattern source to the last switch so that it will work nicely. And to do that, drag the pattern source, move on to the index and drop it. It will reference there. And now when we change the preset and pattern, you're able to see it also change our network. And now finally, it's just the testing to see if all of the things we've set up are working. Yeah, sweet. And finally, to make it easier to read, we can also group similar parameters in the same section. To add a section, you can go to the parameters and toggle on the section here, and you can see it appears above. And lastly, once you build out your component, a good practice is always testing and double check the default range and minimum maximum range or the component type. And you want to reset the value to see if it works. And you can always iterate and add more parameters and change the range, etc. as you go. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you next time.